I consider myself attractive, confident, and in control of my life. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you agree with that statement? If you said a 10, then click off this video because this video probably isn't for you. But if you're like most people, including myself just 2 to 3 years ago, who thought there was no hope, this might be one of the most valuable videos you watch on this platform. I was never the best looking kid growing up. I was out of shape, skinny, and had terrible acne. But not only that, I was mentally a wreck. I was unconfident, shy, lonely, talked to almost no one. I always cared about what other people thought of me, to the point where I wouldn't be able to wear certain clothes and outfits that I actually liked because I was scared about how people were going to perceive me and judge me based off that. Fast forward to today, not only have I transformed my body and my looks, but also my mindset, and I've become a much more social, happy, confident guy with a successful relationship and a solid group of friends. I've become almost unrecognizable compared to my old self, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly step by step how I made this transformation happen for me so that you can become the most attractive version of yourself. Let's get into it. Attractiveness isn't about how good you look, it's about how you make others feel. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that point, but hear me out for a second because I had to learn this through literally years of trial and error. And I know a lot of people think that looks are the most important thing. They do matter, but the truth is there are so many other ways to make people like you and to become more attractive. Becoming a better listener, making eye contact, making others feel heard and understood. All these ways that are so heavily underrated. Now, yes, looks do matter, absolutely, and I'm going to explain how I improved my looks in this video. But the one thing you have to understand before we even dive into that, no matter how much you try to work on your appearance and your looks, no matter how much you try to clear up your skin, fix your haircut, build an aesthetic body, if you don't feel like internally you are the type of person and you don't feel like you have the confidence to actually go out there and go on dates and meet new people and socialize and have a successful social life, if you don't feel like you can actually do that, you're not going to actually get the results that you want, and you won't feel like anything really has changed. And that is why the first step of this transformation is to build unshakable confidence. And this is what I had to go through myself in order to actually fix my physical appearance, because I truly believe that your physical appearance, the energy you project out into the world, is a reflection, a symptom of your internal state. The way I started to do that was by steadily stacking up easy wins. I didn't start off by trying to get a six-pack and make $10,000 in 1 month or anything crazy like that. I literally just started doing simple things like going to the gym a couple times a week, eating better and cutting out processed sugar so that my acne would clear up, or just like talking to a new person at work. These things did wonders for my confidence and raised my self-image so highly. And I started to see myself and view myself as a more social, happy, in shape person who's in like actual control of their life. And I actually built up quite a bit of discipline and confidence from that, which allowed me to improve my looks, not just my body, but also my face, my skin. I cut my long hair that was holding me back for so many years. And honestly, I've never felt better in my life right now. And all I can attribute that to was the mindset shift that I made a couple years ago. And that mindset was to elevate myself every day and just stack up small wins so that I could increase my confidence. The next principle that helped me become a more attractive person is honestly something that I feel like not a lot of people talk about. It's extremely important and underrated. And if you are able to learn this, you will become magnetic to people. People will be so drawn to you. And that is to make people feel genuinely understood and heard. You want to make people feel special, like they're the only other person in the room with you when you're talking to them. And there's a few ways we can do this. And this is so effective because when most people have a conversation, when most people talk, they only are thinking about what they want to say. Most people just listen and have conversations to talk and talk about their own interests. But what the other person really wants is just to feel understood and heard. I mean, isn't there nothing worse than being in a conversation with someone and you can tell that they're not even listening to you, or they're just completely tuning you out and thinking about something else? or they're just waiting for you to finish up what you're going to say so that they can say what they want to say. Those type of people are very unpleasant to talk to, and they drain your energy rather than giving you energy. I'm going to quickly give you 5 things you can immediately do starting today to make people like you more and make people feel truly valued. Number 1, listen more than you speak. A lot of people think that being charismatic is having great stories and always having stuff to say, always remembering and having stuff to say. But that is actually quite the opposite, because if you're always thinking about yourself and thinking about what you want to say, the other person's going to feel excluded. They're going to feel like what they say doesn't matter as much because you're not truly reacting and being involved in what they say. So let's say you're talking to a girl or someone you have interest in. Try talking up to only 30% of the conversation and let them do most of the talking. Because what this is going to do is they're going to feel like their interests and what they have to say is valued, and it should be valuable to you. And this will allow you to practice your listening skills and just acutely listen to everything they have to say. And this will make them feel a lot more valued, and they will ultimately be a lot more drawn to you. And this ties into my next tip, which is to be fully present in the moment. When you're talking or having a conversation with someone, whether you're trying to make new friends or you're trying to talk to a girl, let's say you're on a date, you need to be like, they need to feel like you're giving them your full attention. Don't be on your phone. Your body language absolutely matters. Your knees and your whole body should be pointing towards them, and you should be maintaining eye contact with people. Now, you don't have to stare them directly into the soul, but most of the time while you're talking to them, you should be making eye contact with them, smiling, reacting like facially to like what they're saying. All these little things will make them feel like you actually care about what they have to say and you care about them as a person, because they're worth your attention. Number 3 is to ask thoughtful questions. There's nothing more annoying when meeting someone new and you're just stuck in this loop of small talk, and it feels like you're just talking about the most pointless, boring stuff that's not actually like deepening your relationship with that person. So what this means is like, you are listening to what they're saying, and then when the opportunity comes up to ask a question or to dive deeper in what they're interested in, ask them those open-ended questions. Don't ask them questions that they can respond easily with a yes or a no, because once they do that, or they give like you a one-word answer, then you're stuck again trying to find something new to talk about or something else to say. So example, if you want to stand out, you need to go deeper with your questions. Instead of asking stuff like, how are you, or what do you do for work? Basic questions people are asked all the time that they're tired of hearing. Ask questions like, what's been inspiring you lately? Or what are you passionate about? Or if they're telling you a story, ask more about the people in their story, or ask about how a certain situation made them feel. Something where they're kind of forced to go into like a longer answer. And then in those longer answers that they give you, you'll have a lot more things to like pick apart, and you'll have a lot more like topics to pick from, because you're tapping into their emotions. You're letting them like spill out like their thoughts and give you their real personality. Now, the title of this video and the point of this video is how I became my most attractive self. And that goes far beyond just confidence and social skills and conversation skills. Even though those are extremely valuable, I would be deceiving you. I would be lying to you if I told you that looks didn't matter and it was all about your personality and your charisma, because looks absolutely do matter. And I think the best way to look more attractive physically, and something almost any man can do, is to build an aesthetic, strong, muscular physique. It's not just about looking good. It's about, it represents discipline. It represents self-respect. It represents commitment to something that's difficult, because if getting a nice body, if getting an aesthetic, strong body were easy, everyone would do it. And I've had a big transformation myself in my own body over the last couple of years. I went from being a skinny, scrawny, unhealthy kid to now having a pretty strong, muscular, lean physique, which I'm actually pretty proud of. And when you have a nice physique, people are a lot more nicer to you. I mean, there's such thing called the halo effect. When you're a more attractive person physically, people will treat you better. People will respect you more. It's just the way it is. There's a reason people say the best style is having a fit body, because it's absolutely true. Having a fit body will be shown off in your physique and it'll look way better. It's way more effective than wearing some like new designer clothes or following some sort of trend. Having a fit body will just overall make you look a lot more confident. It'll make you look a lot more attractive and a lot more masculine, especially as a man. And guys, you have to realize when you're building a strong aesthetic physique, you're not supposed to do it for other people. I'm not saying that you're supposed to get shredded and get jacked in the gym to look good for other people. You should be doing it for yourself predominantly, because you should have the respect for yourself that you want to take care of your body and look your absolute best. And when you start to notice yourself getting bigger and stronger, it's gonna skyrocket your confidence and your self-worth. And that is gonna give you a level of conviction, a level of energy that you give out to other people that can't be replicated by just pretending. When you, like, I know this from experience, when you build that physique, when you hit a PR on bench press or squat, you just have a different level of energy and different level of just outgoingness to the world. You just feel a lot more confident and feel like you are a lot more capable. And one of the best parts of this journey is that it makes you feel extremely fulfilled and gives you something to work towards and level up every single day, because you're going to constantly see progress throughout your journey if you're working hard. And that's going to give you the motivation to keep going. It just gives you a sort of a mission. It gives you a sort of purpose in your everyday life, which is extremely important, especially as a young guy. Building a really nice aesthetic physique actually is a whole lot simpler than you would imagine and does not take that much time. In about 1 to 2 years of dedicated lifting, if you're lifting properly and training till failure and doing on a proper training split, you can build a physique way above average than all of your friends if you just stick to the plan and stay consistent. So as you probably noticed in the face comparisons in this video, my face used to be a lot puffier, red, inflamed, fat, but now my jaw has such a more defined structure. It's a lot leaner and it's almost like my face is glowing more than it used to. Definitely the working out helped. It got me leaner, it got me more shredded, but the biggest factor was my diet. And this is something that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about. Your diet will in a lot of times determine your attractiveness, specifically in your face, because when you eat highly processed inflammatory foods, it shows up in the acne, it shows up in the puffiness, it shows up in the redness. It's crazy how much your face and your body changes when you change what you put into your mouth. Once I started prioritizing whole foods in my diet, specifically eggs, red meat, and just clean foods, my face started changing its shape. I shredded off all the fat, and now my jawline is a lot more defined, and my skin has never been more clear and healthy in my life. And as a quick bonus tip, something I did to improve my looks a lot, like all of my friends noticed and said it looked a lot better, was to cut my hair and improve my haircut. Because I used to have this really long, messy, unkept hair. I would recommend find the haircut that fits your face shape the best. Find the haircut that suits you the best. There is no rule of what haircut you should have, but a good rule of thumb is that your hair and your overall grooming should look like you take care of yourself, that you put effort into your appearance, and you actually make an effort to look presentable. It makes you look a lot more clean and a lot more attractive because it looks like you actually take care of yourself and take care of your grooming. So aside from haircut, this also goes from like your facial hair, your accessories, your style. Personally, I feel like I look best without any facial hair, but I make an effort to wear things like chains, like bracelets, like these little things that add up. They make you just look a lot more proper and make it look like you put some effort into your appearance and how you present yourself. And that can go a long way. There's still one final critical thing I haven't talked about yet that I'm going to leave you off with in this video. And that is to have a purpose or some sort of mission that you're working towards in your life. There is nothing more attractive than someone who is driven, someone who has ambition, someone who is working towards something meaningful every single day. And it doesn't have to be, it shouldn't be anything materialistic. It shouldn't be, I'm not talking about making X amount of money or getting some sort of supercar. I'm talking about what what were you like, what is like your purpose in your life? Like what are you working towards? Like what were you like born to do? And I'm not trying to get overly philosophical or anything, but I think that everyone has that sort of drive, that's something that they were meant to do. And someone who's truly aligned with that mission is extremely attractive because they know what they want and they're having fun while they're doing it because it means a lot to them. And seeing that in someone else is truly like very interesting, and it's a great experience to be with someone like that, to be their friend or their partner. A good question to ask yourself to find out, you know, like what your purpose or your mission is how big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? I sincerely hope you got a lot of value and got helped in any way by this video, because it did take quite a lot of time and effort to make, and I want to keep posting these videos and pumping out these videos for you guys because I do enjoy making them. And if you want a closer glimpse into my life, what I'm doing on an everyday basis in terms of my fitness, nutrition, and my lifestyle, go ahead and follow my Instagram, because I document everything, my daily process, all the progress I'm making towards my goals, because I want to have a following of people who are leveling up beside me. I want to show you guys how I'm leveling up so you can level up as well. So if you're interested in that, become one of my first followers on my new Instagram account. Literally just started it. But with that being said, thank you again for returning to my channel to watch my content. It truly means the world to me. I'll see you in the next video.